This claw is bigger than my hand, and it's just one part of a creature that shouldn't exist. Welcome to the world of monster king crabs.
5-foot leg span, 30 pounds of pure armored muscle. These aren't crabs, these are underwater tanks.
Alaska's Bering Sea, the only place on Earth where crabs grow to monstrous proportions, and we're gonna catch them. This is our vessel, built to handle the world's roughest seas and the heaviest catches. We're hunting giants today. Captain Rick has been hunting monster crabs for 25 years. He knows exactly where the biggest specimens hide. These aren't normal crab pots. These are monster traps, 8 feet wide, designed to hold the biggest crabs in the ocean.
Down slow, watch your head!
We're heading to a secret location 150 miles offshore, a deep trench where the true monsters live. 800 feet deep, freezing cold water, perfect conditions for crabs to grow massive. The deeper you go, the bigger they get. These waters are so rich in nutrients that everything here grows huge. Whales, halibut, and especially king crabs. To catch monsters, you need monster bait. Whole salmon, giant halibut chunks. These crabs eat like kings. We're loading triple the normal bait. The scent needs to travel hundreds of yards underwater to call in the giants. Each pot costs $2,000, but one monster crab can be worth $400. It's a gamble worth taking. Here we go. Pot number 1 drops into monster territory. This is where legends are caught.
1,200 pounds of pot and bait sinking into the abyss.
Into the monster zone, 800 feet below, where the light barely reaches and the giants roam.
The trap is set. Now we wait for the monsters to find it. And they will.
There's the first one. Look at the size of this creature. That's a 6-footer minimum.
It smells our bait. Those antennae can detect food from 500 yards away. It's locked on. We let the pot soak for 2 full days. The monsters need time to find the bait and move in. All right, your turn. I need a queen. The waiting is torture. Are we sitting on top of the catch of a lifetime? Or did we miss them completely? The captain watches the weather. We've got a 6-hour window before the next storm. Time to pull and see what we caught. Day 3. The sea is calm. It's time to see if we caught monsters or if the monsters outsmarted us. First pot hooked. Every man on deck is watching. This determines if we're going home rich or empty-handed.
The winch is screaming. Listen to that strain. That's either rocks or it's the mother lode. Look at that. Monsters. The pot is exploding with giant king crabs. This is unbelievable. This pot weighs over 2,000 pounds. That's 1,000 pounds of king crab in one pot. Here they come! Monsters pouring out! Every single one is enormous! This is a dream haul! I've never seen crabs this big in 20 years of fishing! Every single one is trophy-sized! Look at this! The body alone is the size of a dinner plate! These are prehistoric monsters! Legal size is 6.5 inches. This one measures 10 inches across the shell. That's 50% bigger than legal.
One leg is 30 inches long. That's 2.5 feet of pure crab meat from one leg.
The claw is bigger than a size 12 boot. The crushing power in this thing is incredible. This one weighs 32 pounds. It takes 2 grown men to lift it safely. Absolute monster. This one weighs 32 pounds. It takes 2 grown men to lift it safely. Absolute monster.
That armor is 2 inches thick. Evolution designed these creatures to be tanks. Nothing in the ocean messes with them. Watch this claw in action. It can generate 300 pounds per square inch of pressure. That'll snap bone like a twig. 10 legs of pure muscle, each one strong enough to walk against powerful ocean currents 800 feet deep. Look at those eyes. These creatures are living fossils, virtually unchanged for 150 million years. They're walking dinosaurs.
Pot number 2, same thing, all monsters. We found the mother-lode Jake Pit! Pot 3 delivers again, and some of these look even bigger than the first batch. What are they feeding on down there? Pot after pot of monsters. Every single trap hit the jackpot. This is the kind of haul fishermen dream about. We're sorting for the true monsters. Anything under 20 pounds doesn't even make the highlight reel today. These monsters need the premium tanks. They're too valuable to risk losing. Each one is worth $350 at the dock.
This is the Bering Sea, the deadliest fishing grounds on planet Earth, where waves reach 50 feet and survival is never guaranteed.
These men never made it home. The ocean took them. Their families still wait on the dock. The price of king crab is measured in lives.
Every year, fishermen die out here. Hypothermia, drowning, boats lost to the depths. This is extreme king crab fishing. Coast Guard rescues happen weekly during crab season. Today, we're joining a crew willing to risk everything.
Let's just go back then!
This is the North Storm, 120 feet of reinforced steel, built to survive what kills other boats. This is our weapon against the Bering Sea.
Double hulled, ice-rated steel. This boat cost $4 million and it's worth every penny when you're 200 miles from land.
3,000 horsepower pushing us through hell. These engines have never failed. They can't. Engine failure out here means death. Captain Dan, 32 years fighting this ocean. Lost 2 crewmates in '09. Still comes back every season. This is in his blood.
This gear is our lifeline.
Check it twice, Si.
15 seasons, no losses. Keep it that way.
This is Jake, 22 years old, never been on a boat before. He'll either prove himself or quit within 48 hours. Most quit. 5 men, 10 days, against the deadliest ocean on Earth. The season starts now.
Every goodbye could be the last. Wives and children know the statistics. 1 in 30 crab fishermen die on the job.
Be safe out there.
Lines off. Engines full ahead. We're leaving civilization behind. The next time we see land, we'll either be rich or broken.
We're alone now, 200 miles to the fishing grounds. No help, no rescue, just us and the ocean.
The forecast is brutal. 40-knot winds, 30-foot seas, temperatures dropping to 15 degrees, and we're heading straight into it.
The seas are building. Every hour, the waves grow. By tomorrow, this will be a full-blown Arctic storm.
Sea spray is freezing instantly. Ice adds weight topside. Too much ice and we capsize. We'll spend hours chipping ice every day. Night brings new dangers. Rogue waves you can't see, ice you can't avoid. Sleep is impossible. Welcome to the Bering Sea. 14 hours of hell and we've arrived. These coordinates mark where Captain Dan caught 80,000 pounds last season. We're betting everything they're still here. 650 feet straight down. Rocky canyons where king crabs hide. The deeper they are, the harder our job becomes. Survival suits within arm's reach. If someone goes overboard in these conditions, they have 5 minutes before hypothermia kills them. Survival suits buy you 10 more minutes. That's it. Loading pots in calm water is hard. Loading them when the boat is rolling 30 degrees? That's how people die. Your hands stop working when it's this cold. Simple knots become impossible. Frostbite is setting in, but the work doesn't stop. The crane swings the pot. In these waves, it's an 800-pound wrecking ball. One hit and your skull is crushed. Stay alert or die.
Timing is everything. Release on the wrong wave and the pot crashes into the hull. Wait for the trough. Now! Down it goes. $2,000 of gear sinking into hell. We need it to come back with $8,000 worth of crab.
No rest, no rest. The storm is getting worse and we're only half begun.
Dutchess! He almost went over. Every step could be your last. Last pot! We did it! 30 pots set in 7 hours in conditions that transcend! We're full!
The storm is here. This is where men are lost.
Water over the bridge! That's 30 feet above the deck! The ocean is trying to sink us! We've got 4 tons of ice topside! Chip it off or we capsize! Need out of base! Bilge alarm! Water in the engine room! If we lose the pumps, we sink! Tommy's heading down section now! Hydraulic seals! Tommy's working in freezing water trying to steal it! On seals! Steel control's got it! He fixed it! The hydraulics are back! Tommy just saved this entire trip! That's why he gets 8% of the gross! Come tops up like that.
This is it. Pot number 1. This single pot tells us if we're going home rich or if we just risked our lives for nothing. Buoy hooked, line secured. Every eye is on that water. What's coming up will determine everything. 650 kilo hull. Is it heavy because it's full of crab, or is it just covered in rocks and kelp?
There it is! Hey, we hit it! We hit the load! Here they come! Monsters pouring out! The deck is alive! Watch your feet! Those claws will break bones! Processing 200, label 5! This is a catch for your friends lifeline for! Sorta! Measure them! Tandem! Get it! We've got 29 more pot storm hits and 18 out! Wow! Look at the rookie. He's not quitting. He's finding his rhythm. The Bering Sea tests everyone. He's passing the test. Into the tanks. Keep them alive. Live crab brings premium price. That's liquid gold swimming in there. Pot number 2. Same thing. Loaded. We found them. This is what perfect fishing looks like. Pot after pot of gold. 10 pots pulled, 10 pots packed. We're in the zone. The crabs are here and they're huge. The tanks are full. We're at capacity. We've still got 15 pots to pull, but nowhere to put the crabs. This is a good problem to have. Pot 28. Still loaded. This entire section. Perfect. Everything we hoped for and more.
This is it. The last pot. Whatever's in here is the cherry on top of the greatest trip of our lives.
Loaded. The last pot delivers. 30 for 30. Perfect score.
This is the trip fishermen dream about their entire careers.
52,000 pounds. At $9 per pound, that's 468 for 10 days. This is my vow! License is what he needs! College tuition's paid. Mortgage's caught up.
We're heading home. The boat rides heavy with 26 tons of live king crab. The Bering Sea tried to kill us. We won.
10 days ago, we left as gamblers, where our families sacrificed too. They deserve this success as much as we do.
This is extreme king crab fishing in Alaska's deadliest waters, where fortunes are made, and we'll be back.
This is the Bering Sea, off the coast of Alaska, home to the most dangerous job in America, where men risk everything to catch giant king crabs worth their weight in gold.
The statistics are brutal. King crab fishing has a death rate 80 times higher than the average American job. This is what it takes to bring crab to your dinner table. The prize they seek: Alaskan red king crabs, ocean giants that can weigh up to 28 pounds with leg spans exceeding 6 feet and crushing power that can break human bones.
The journey begins before sunrise. 8 men leave their families behind, knowing that statistically, not all crab fishermen make it home alive from the Bering Sea.
Captain Jake Morrison, a 32-year veteran, studies secret fishing coordinates passed down through generations. He's plotting a course into waters that have claimed dozens of vessels and hundreds of lives.
Safety protocols are the difference between survival and death. In 38-degree water, without a survival suit, you have less than 30 minutes before hypothermia kills you.
At dawn, the Aleutian Ballad leaves the safety of Dutch Harbor, carrying 8 souls and 250 crab pots worth $875,000 into the unforgiving Bering Sea for what will be 3 brutal weeks. Each crab pot is a feat of engineering. 800 pounds of steel and mesh designed to withstand crushing pressure at 600 feet depth and violent ocean conditions that would destroy ordinary equipment.
Bait preparation is an art form. Fresh herring and cod create a scent plume in the current that attracts giant crabs from over a mile away across the dark ocean floor.
The Marco hydraulic crane system can lift 10,000 pounds and cost $250,000. This powerful machinery is essential, but also one of the most dangerous pieces of equipment on deck. The first pot drops 600 feet to the ocean floor, beginning its journey to the muddy bottom, where giant king crabs patrol in complete darkness. Every pot is marked with a GPS-coded buoy system and logged coordinates. Losing track of a single pot means losing $3,500 plus thousands in potential crab catch. Over 18 grueling hours of non-stop work, the crew deploys 250 pots in a precise grid spanning 50 square miles of prime crab territory on the ocean floor.
As temperatures plummet to -18 degrees with wind chill reaching -45,
Ice becomes the silent killer, more dangerous than the waves themselves. Bering Sea storm waves regularly exceed 45 feet. Imagine a 4-story building of water weighing 150 tons crashing down on you with the force of a freight train. Ice accumulation raises the center of gravity catastrophically. Just 6 inches of ice coating the superstructure can add 50 tons of weight above deck. After 23 consecutive hours on deck exposed to sub-zero temperatures and violent seas, hot coffee and a 5-minute break are the only comfort before returning to the freezing hell outside. Sleep is a rare luxury. Fishermen average just 4 hours of sleep per day during the season, working brutal 20-hour shifts and 2 crew rotations that push human endurance to the absolute limit. Dawn breaks on day 4 at sea. The ocean has granted a brief reprieve, calm conditions, and spectacular beauty before the real work begins. After 52 hours of soak time allowing crabs to find the bait, the crew locates their first pot. The hydraulic hauler engages, beginning its slow, powerful pull of 1,500 pounds, pot, rigging, and catch from the ocean floor at 180 feet per minute. The extreme rope tension indicates serious weight below, either a pot completely filled with giant crabs worth $10,000 or snagged on underwater debris, meaning a catastrophic total loss.
Jackpot! The pot surface is absolutely loaded. Over 350 pounds of prime Alaskan king crab worth $85,000 wholesale, $28,000 at retail prices.
A fully loaded pot can hold 250 individual crabs weighing over 400 pounds total, the equivalent of hauling 2 full-grown men from the crushing depths of the ocean floor. Controlled chaos erupts as hundreds of giant crabs pour onto the sorting table. Every single crab must be processed within minutes to maintain premium quality and stay on the brutal fishing schedule. Alaska Department of Fish and Game regulations are strictly enforced. Only male crabs measuring 6.5 inches or larger across the carapace may be kept. Every single crab is measured and every violation carries massive fines. Undersized crabs and all females are immediately returned alive to the ocean. This conservation ensures sustainable populations for future generations of both crabs and fishermen. King crabs are apex predators armed with crushing claws generating over 250 psi of force, more than enough to shatter finger bones or sever tendons. Every crew member carries scars from crab injuries. Speed equals survival. Expert crews can sort and process 250 crabs in under 12 minutes, but every second exposed to -25 wind chill accelerates frostbite and life-threatening hypothermia. Live holding tanks maintain crabs in perfect condition with precisely controlled seawater circulation and temperature. Live crab commands premium prices. Dead crab becomes bait. Worthless. Empty pots must be inspected, repaired if needed, rebaited, and redeployed immediately. Every minute a pot sits on deck instead of fishing on the bottom is money lost in this time-critical operation. The cycle continues without rest. With 250 pots spread across 50 miles requiring 48-hour soak cycles, this crew operates 24/7. Sleep and breaks are luxuries they cannot afford. One slip, one instant of lost balance on this ice-covered death trap, and you're in 38-degree water wearing 50 pounds of gear that drags you under like an anchor. You have 90 seconds before you drown. Frostbite is inevitable, not preventable. Within minutes of exposure at these temperatures, feeling disappears from extremities. Many of our fishermen lost finger to us spores. Mechanical failure 200 miles from port is every captain's nightmare. Without the hydraulic hauler, the season ends instantly, and 205 greenhorns face brutal baptism by fire. Extreme seasickness, bone-crushing exhaustion, 35% after one trip.
Keep your hands clear of the pinch point. Stand back, like this. See the angle? That keeps the pot from swinging into you. This knowledge is the difference between going home or in a body bag.
A once-in-a-career legendary haul! This thing pot contains the call between conversation.
Behold a true king of the Bering Sea. This magnificent creature is estimated at 30 years old, a survivor of countless predators, violent storms, and 3 decades of fishing pressure, a living dinosaur pulled from the depths. Work continues around the clock under the midnight Arctic sky. Exhausted crews push their bodies beyond normal human limits, driven by strict quotas, time pressure, and the promise of life-changing paydays. The galley crew battles 30-degree rolls to provide hot meals every 6 hours. High-calorie food, steaks, burgers, pasta calories daily, fighting the extreme cold and brutal physical labor. The decision is made, they'll stay and fish through the approaching storm. These same waters have swallowed 287 vessels since 1980. Will the Aleutian Ballad be next?
Everything must be secured immediately. In 60-knot winds and 40-foot seas, an 800-pound pot breaking loose, the control crew quickly. The storm unleashes biblical fury. Waves seem 3 feet foot with steel hull. One mistake by the captain in positioning, and the vessel rolls to her death. Captain Morrison fights the wheel for 7 straight hours without break. Taking even one wave broadside at this angle means instant capsize. There's nothing the deck crew can do but wait, brace, and pray their captain's skill keeps them alive. In survival suits, they might survive 2 hours if the boat sinks. Without them, they'd die in 15 minutes.
After 16 hours of hell, the storm finally passes. The Aleutian Ballad survived, all 8 crew members survived. But there's no time for celebration. They've lost critical fishing time and must work double time to meet quota. Day 19 at sea. The holding tanks have reached absolute maximum capacity. 15 crab. The crew has filled their quota. It's finally time to head home. Load is 42,000 pounds, all premium live king crab. What's the final price?
Quality confirmed. We can do $6.75 a pound.
That's solid. We'll be at the dock in about 14 hours. Dutch Harbor appears on the distant horizon. For these 8 men who faced death repeatedly over 3 weeks, the sight of land means everything. Hot showers, real beds, medical treatment for injuries, and reunions with families who feared they might never return. The precious catch is offloaded live within 6 hours of docking to maintain premium quality. From this processing facility, these Alaskan Learned tribes will be processed, will do
Payday, the moment that makes it all worthwhile. Crew shares range from $47,000 for greenhorns to over $9,000 for senior crew.
The frostbite is severe. We'll have to amputate these 2 fingers. The price isn't counted only in dollars. Chronic debilitating injuries, severe frostbite requiring amputations.
You're home. We miss you so much.
I'm here. I'm not going anywhere.
For the families left behind, will this be the Series Week 723?
The next time you enjoy Alaskan king crab at a premium restaurant paying $85 to $120 per pound, remember the 8 brave men who risked their lives in the most dangerous job in America to bring it from 600 feet below the brutal Bering Sea to your plate.
Just 3 days of rest, and the Bering Sea calls them back. The same crew will return to Alaska's brutal ocean for another season, because for these men, they'll bear their courage. Dutch Harbor, Alaska, 3:30 a.m. The king crab fleet prepares for the most profitable and dangerous fishing season on Earth. 10 days at sea means careful planning. Food, fuel, fresh water, and ice. One forgotten item could end the trip early. Lines are cast off. Families wave from the dock. Some of these men won't see land again for weeks.
The captain navigates to secret coordinates passed down through generations. These fishing grounds are worth millions. A pod of orcas escorts us north. They know we'll bring food to the surface. Nature's cleanup crew. The sonar shows deep rocky canyons. This is where giant king crabs hide and feed. We've arrived.
Each pod is inspected. A broken frame at 600 feet deep means losing thousands in gear and catch. Biodegradable escape rings are mandatory. If a pod is lost, young crabs can still get out. It's the law. Bait bags are stuffed with the oiliest fish we can find. The scent plume travels hundreds of yards underwater.
50-pound weights anchor each pot. Ocean currents down there can be fierce. The pot must stay put.
Each pot gets 700 feet of rope and 2 buoys. Without them, we'd never find our gear in this massive ocean.
Hooks on! Lift it! Clear, go!
The first pot goes over. This is the moment we've prepared for. 40 pots, 40 chances at gold. Position is critical. Drop it in the wrong spot and we catch nothing but rocks and starfish.
Down it goes. That's $800 of gear and bait. We need it to come back full.
Here comes the first one. A massive male, legs spanning 5 feet. He smells the herring. King crabs taste the water with their antenna. Once they lock onto that scent trail, they follow it like a highway.
He's in! The funnel design makes it easy to enter, but almost impossible to escape. The trap is working. More follow. 10, 20, 30 crabs pack into one pot. This is what we came for, the jackpot.
2 days later, soak time is over. The moment of truth has arrived. Did we catch anything?
Buoy hooked, line secured. The crew is silent. Everyone knows this moment decides everything.
The hauler groans. That's either the weight of the pot or the weight of a fortune in crabs.
There
There it is! Look at it! That pot is loaded! Must be 50 crabs in there! All hands ready! This is going to be chaos in 3, 2, 1! The door opens and here they come!
Handling them takes experience. Grab from behind, control the legs, avoid the business end. One mistake, one trip to the medic.
Every single crab gets measured. Alaska Department of Fish and Game regulations are strict, no exceptions. Males have narrow triangular tails. Females have wide rounded ones. Only males can be kept. Conservation first.
Back you go, Ma. We need you making more crabs for future seasons. Sustainability keeps this fishery alive. The keepers! 42 legal males from one pot. At current prices, that's over $8,000 right there.
Claws get banded immediately. Unbanded crabs will fight, tear off legs, and damage each other. That loses money fast.
Every crab is weighed and logged. Government observers verify our counts. Accuracy is mandatory. Into the live tanks. Seawater pumps constantly, keeping oxygen levels high. Live crabs bring premium prices at the dock.
The tanks hold thousands of pounds. Temperature stays at 38 degrees Fahrenheit. Perfect conditions for keeping them healthy. Pot after pot, hour after hour. Some are packed, some are half full, some are empty. This is the gamble. 18 hours straight. Backs are screaming, hands are bleeding, but quitting isn't an option. Not until every pot is pulled.
Last pot. The string is complete. 38,000 pounds of live king crab.
Time to head cash in! Yeah! Yes, sir! Home time! All right, let's secure this and head in.
We point toward Dutch Harbor. The boat ride's heavy, tanks full of fortune. 10 days that changed our bank accounts. The harbor comes into view. We made it back. Not every boat does. The Bering Sea claims lives every season.
Lines ready. The adventure ends where it began. But the real work is just starting. Time to sell this catch.
The processing plant crane swings into position. Our catch goes from boat to buyer in hours. Speed preserves quality.
Baskets lift 1,000 pounds at a time. The crabs are still alive, still snapping. That's top dollar quality.
Look at that haul! Hundreds of giants in one lift! This is what risking your life looks like when it pays off.
The crane swings the catch to the processing dock. From here, they'll be sorted, graded, and shipped worldwide.
Plant workers take over now. They'll grade by size and quality. The best crabs ship fresh to Japan and high-end restaurants. In the plant, each crab is graded. Extra large, large, medium. Size determines price. Every ounce matters.
Inspectors look for damage. Missing legs drop the value. Cracked shells mean rejection. Quality is everything. The premium crabs go into ice. They'll stay alive for the flight to Tokyo. Dead crabs lose 40% of their value instantly. Lesser grades get cooked immediately. Steam kettles turn them bright red. These will be frozen and shipped to restaurants and stores. Tokyo's Tsukiji Market, the world's premier seafood auction. Our crabs arrive here 48 hours after leaving Alaska. Buyers compete for the best specimens. A single perfect king crab can sell for $300 here. Our crew's hard work pays off.
Ah, the king crab. Let's have a look.
The finest crabs end up in Michelin star restaurants. Chefs pay premium prices for Bering Sea king crab. It's the best in the world.
Perfect. Absolutely flawless.
From 600 feet below the Bering Sea to the finest plates on Earth, one crab leg can cost $80 on a menu.
Here are the checks, gentlemen.
Great work, everyone. Thanks, Cap. Worth every minute. Oh, yeah. Settlement day. The final tally is expensive just crew pals at $9 gross.
The boat rests. The crew recovers. But in a few weeks, they'll do it all again. Because out there in the Bering Sea, more king crabs are waiting. And so is the next fortune. This is the Bering Sea off the coast of Alaska, one of the most treacherous bodies of water on planet Earth, where fortunes are made and lives are lost. King crab fishing holds the title of America's deadliest job.
The prize they seek, Alaskan red king crabs, ocean giants that can weigh 24 pounds with leg spans reaching 6 feet and claws powerful enough to break human bones. The journey begins in the dead of night. Crew members arrive at Dutch Harbor, Alaska, preparing for what could be their last voyage. Captain Jake Morrison, a 30-year veteran, plots coordinates to secret fishing grounds 200 miles offshore, balancing the promise of massive catches against deadly weather forecasts. Safety protocols are non-negotiable. In these waters, where ocean temperatures hover at 38 degrees Fahrenheit, survival time without protection is less than 30 minutes. At first light, the FV Aleutian Ballad leaves the safety of Dutch Harbor, carrying 8 souls into the unforgiving Bering Sea for what will be 3 brutal weeks. Each crab pot is an engineering marvel weighing 800 pounds empty, costing $3,500, designed to withstand crushing ocean pressure at depths of 600 feet. Bait selection is critical. Fresh herring and cod create an irresistible scent plume that can attract crabs from over a mile away across the ocean floor. The Marco Seattle hydraulic crane system can lift 8,000 pounds and costs over $200,000, the mechanical heart that makes this dangerous operation possible. The first pot drops into 580 feet of water, beginning its descent to the muddy ocean floor where giant crabs patrol in darkness. Each pot is marked with a uniquely coded buoy system, GPS coordinates logged. Losing track of a pot means losing $3,500 and potential thousands in crab. Over 18 grueling hours, the crew deploys 250 pots in a strategic grid pattern spanning 40 square miles of ocean floor. Storm waves in the Bering Sea regularly exceed 40 feet, like a 4-story building of water crashing down with the force of 100 tons. Ice accumulation above deck raises the center of gravity, creating catastrophic rollover risk. Crews battle around the clock to keep the boat from capsizing under ice weight. Sleep deprivation is a constant enemy. Fishermen average 4 hours of sleep per day across the 3-week season, working in brutal 2-crew rotations. Dawn breaks on day 3. The seas have calmed temporarily, nature's brief gift before the real work begins.
Captain, pot in sight, 300 guard, pot done!
After 48 hours of soak time, the fry preaching amble.
The hydraulic hauler begins its slow pull, dragging 1,400 pounds of pot and catch from the ocean floor at 150 feet per minute. The rope strain indicates serious weight below. Either a pot filled with gold, or snagged on underwater debris that could mean a total loss.
Jackpot! The pot is absolutely loaded. Over 300 pounds of prime king crab worth $8,000 wholesale, 25 to 10 retail.
A fully loaded pot can hold 200 individual crabs weighing over 350 pounds total, the equivalent of hauling a grand piano from the ocean floor. The chaos of sorting begins. Every crab must be processed within minutes to maintain quality and stay on schedule. Alaska Department of Fish and Game regulations are strict. Only male crabs measuring 6.5 inches or larger across the shell may be kept. Every single crab is measured. Undersized crabs and all females are immediately returned to the ocean. Conservation ensures future generations of crabs and fishermen. King crabs are apex predators with crushing power exceeding 200 psi, enough to easily break fingers. Respect for these creatures is mandatory. Speed is survival. Expert crews can sort 200 crabs in under 10 minutes, but every second exposed to -20 wind chill risks frostbite and hypothermia. Live tanks maintain crabs in perfect condition with temperature-controlled seawater circulation. Live crab commands premium prices, dead crab is worthless. Empty pots must be rebaited and redeployed immediately. In this business, pots sitting on deck are pots not making money. With 250 pots spread across 40 miles of ocean, each requiring a 48-hour soak cycle, the crew never stops moving. Sleep is a luxury they cannot afford.
One slip, one moment of inattention on this ice-covered deck means certain death. The freezing Bering Sea shows no mercy to mistakes.
Whoa, it's seizing! Spark, fluid spray! Secure the pot! Engineer, get in there! I'm on it!
Equipment failure, 200-mile caller, so this season is over.
Greenhorns face brutal initiation, seasickness, exhaustion, fear, and the constant risk of death. 30% quit after the first trip and never return.
Veteran fishermen become mentors, teaching greenhorns not just fishing techniques, but the survival skills that will keep them alive. Experience is the difference between going home and going overboard.
A once-in-a-season haul. This single pot contains over 400 pounds of premium king crab, worth $12,000 wholesale, representing 1.5% of the vessel's quota in one pull.
The giants of the deep. This magnificent creature is estimated at 25 years old, a survivor of countless predators, storms, and fishing seasons, a true king of the Bering Sea. Work continues 24 hours a day. Under the midnight sky, exhausted crews push their bodies beyond normal human limits, driven by quotas and the promise of massive paydays. The galley crew battles 30-degree rolls to provide hot meals every 6 hours. High-calorie food, burgers, steaks, pasta, fuels bodies burning 5,000 calories per day in the extreme cold.
This is a National Weather Service marine warning.
The captain faces the crucial decision. Run or stay and risk 35th. The decision is made. They'll stay and fish through the storm. These waters have taken 259 vessels since 1990. Will they be next?
Everything must be secured. In 50-knot winds, an 800-pound pot breaking loose becomes a battering ram that can kill instantly or punch through the hull.
The storm unleashes its full fury. Waves exceeding 50 feet test the absolute limits of the vessel's 125-foot hull. One wrong move by the captain and they'll roll. Captain Morrison fights the wheel for 6 straight hours. Taking a wave broadside at this angle means capsizing. His skill and experience are all that stand between the crew and eternity. All the crew can do is brace, pray, and trust their captain. In survival suits, they have a chance if the boat goes down. Without them, they have minutes. After 14 hours of hell, the storm passes. The boat survived, the crew survived. But there's no time for rest. They've lost valuable fishing time. Day 18. The holding tanks are at maximum capacity. 82,000 pounds of live king crab. The crew has caught their quota. It's time to head home.
Dutch Harbor, positions 53 north, 166 west. Arrival in 18 hours.
Copy, Captain. That's rest low. We need 50 for this load.
All right, 650. Deal.
The final pot surfaces. After 18 days of freezing hell, 20-hour workdays, and constant danger, they've survived another king crab season. Dutch Harbor comes into view. For these 8 men, the sight of land means everything. Hot showers, real beds, and reunions with families who feared they might never return. The catch is offloaded live within hours of docking. From this processing plant, these king crabs will be on dinner plates in Tokyo, New York, and London within 48 hours, selling for $60 per pound. Payday. Crew shares range from $42,000 for greenhorns to over $67,000 for veterans. But no amount of money can replace the physical and mental toll. The cost isn't measured only in dollars. Chronic injuries, frostbite, broken bones, torn muscles, hearing loss from machinery, and PTSD from near-death experiences haunt every veteran fisherman. Since 1990, over 500 fishermen have died in Alaska's crab fisheries. Each name represents a father, son, brother, or friend who never came home from the Bering Sea.
You're back. Oh, thank God.
Daddy.
Here, my loves.
For the families, every departure means uncertainty. Will this be the trip their loved one doesn't return? Next time you enjoy Alaskan king crab at $89 per pound in a restaurant, remember the 8 men who risked everything in the brutal Bering Sea to bring it to your plate.
The Bering Sea calls them back. The king crab has the same crew for Analysis men. This is survival at the edge of the world.
Welcome to Dutch Harbor, Alaska, the epicenter of a billion-dollar industry where fortunes are made and lost in the brutal Bering Sea, and single fishing trips can generate over $1 million in revenue. The Alaska king crab industry generates over $1.2 billion annually. Fresh crab is auctioned daily. When supply is low, prices spike dramatically, creating million-dollar paydays for lucky crews. Crab populations fluctuate wildly based on ocean temperatures and food availability. Scientists estimate the current Bering Sea king crab population at 14 million in potential catch value. Time is money in the crab business. Air freight to Tokyo costs $4 per pound but gets premium live crab to market in 36 hours, commanding top dollar. Projected returns of 25 to 30% with full risk disclosures in the prospectus. How does this compare to real estate or stocks? It's a stable alternative with lower volatility and strong yields.
Greenhorn, 38,000. Gatti, so, yeah.
Banks have specialized maritime lending divisions. Vessel loans require 20% down and carry interest rates of 6 to 8% due to high risk. Default rates are 12%, triple the rate of commercial real estate. When vessels sink, and 2 to 3 do every year, insurance claims can exceed $5 million. It's why premiums are so high in the deadliest fishing waters on Earth. Fuel is the biggest variable cost. A single 3-week trip burns 40,000 gallons of diesel at $2.20 per gallon, $88,000 in fuel alone, and prices fluctuate wildly. Annual maintenance costs average $400,000 per vessel. Skipping maintenance to save money is gambling with crew lives and multi-million-dollar investments. Conservation quotas are strictly enforced. In 24, quotas were slashed by 30% due to warming ocean temperatures.
30% cut? That's devastating. How are we supposed to survive?
We know this impacts your revenue. Climate change poses an existential threat. Ocean warming has caused king crab populations to decline 80% in some areas. Scientists predict the industry could collapse within 20 years without dramatic intervention. Sophisticated traders now deal in seafood futures. Large buyers hedge against price fluctuations using derivative contracts, turning crab fishing into a Wall Street commodity. The industry faces mounting pressure from environmentalists. Ocean warming has shifted crab populations northward, forcing difficult decisions about quotas, fishing zones, and the industry's future. Major distributors like Pacific Seafood and Seattle Fish Company control the supply chain, buying directly from boats and marking up 40 to 60% before selling to restaurants and retailers. Excellent. Let's check the Tokyo market.
Behind every million-dollar haul are families who sacrifice months apart and live with constant fear. 40 fishermen died in Alaska waters between 2020 and 2024.
After 2 bad seasons, I have to declare bankruptcy.
When vessels fail financially, the fallout is massive. Banks lose millions, crews go unpaid, and owners lose everything, including their family legacy.
Alaska cruise ships serve over 500,000 pounds of king crab each summer season to tourists willing to pay premium prices for the authentic Alaska experience. The biggest players are publicly traded corporations. Companies like Trident Seafoods generate $1 billion annually across all species. Their stock is representing 15% of revenues. Agreed, the Wall Street angle is key. Many vessels are family businesses passed down through generations. The knowledge of secret fishing grounds and crab behavior is worth millions and carefully guarded.
This is our legacy, son. Guard it well.
Communities like Dutch Harbor, King Cove, and Kodiak are 90% dependent on fishing. When crab season is good, everyone prospers. When quotas drop, entire towns suffer. Federal agents conduct random inspections at sea and at dock. Every crab is counted, measured, and documented. The government takes fishery management seriously. Global economics determine profitability. Chinese tariffs on U.S. seafood can cut demand overnight. Currency fluctuations between dollar and yen directly impact export revenues. The industry supports entire supply chains. Manufacturers, boat builders, equipment suppliers, and service providers generate an additional $800 million in economic activity annually. The legal structure is complex. Crew are considered maritime workers under federal law, with different rights than regular employees, creating a unique legal environment. The retail market is massive. Costco alone sells over 6 million pounds of Alaska king crab annually. Their buying power lets them offer crab at $50 an bout, while restaurants charge $90. The Coast Guard dedicates $50 million annually to fishermen's safety in Alaska waters. Their rescue swimmers have saved over 300 lives in the past decade. Over $8 million is spent annually on crab research. Understanding population dynamics, reproduction, and ocean conditions is critical to maintaining sustainable quotas that protect both crabs and livelihoods. Technology companies are investing in automation. Robotic sorting could reduce crew sizes from 8 to 4, cutting labor costs by $200,000 per trip while improving safety. The live tank system represents a $280,000 investment. Maintaining crabs alive increases their value by 40%, the difference between $4 per pound dead and $7 per pound live.
The main engine alone costs $650,000 and burns through $25,000 worth of diesel fuel per week at sea. Engine failure means losing $150,000 per day in potential catch.
70% of Alaska king crab is exported to Japan and China, where it's considered the ultimate luxury seafood, commanding prices exceeding $200 per pound at retail.
Modern crab fishing is high-tech business. Captains invest over $400,000 in electronics alone, sonar systems, satellite tracking, and proprietary ocean floor mapping that reveals crab migration patterns.
Meet the FV Northwestern, valued at $3.5 million. This floating factory is equipped with $2.2 million in specialized equipment and can process 250,000 pounds of crab per trip. Fishing permits are limited and cost up to $75,000 per season. Vessel owners carry enormous financial risk. Annual operating costs exceed $2.1 million. Insurance, crew wages, fuel, maintenance, permits, and dock fees before catching a single crab. Modern processing plants can handle 100,000 pounds of crab per day. Each crab is graded, processed, frozen, and packaged within 4 hours of leaving the boat. Insurance costs are astronomical. Hull insurance alone runs $1.2 million annually. Add crew liability, equipment coverage, and environmental insurance before leaving the dock. Tax obligations are substantial. Crew members pay self-employment tax plus income tax, often losing 35 to 40% of earnings. Many don't set aside enough and face IRS problems.
These 250 crab pots represent an $875,000 inventory investment. Lose them in a storm, and the season is financially catastrophic before it even begins.
A single giant king crab can be worth over $120 wholesale. At retail, that same crab sells for $450 in high-end restaurants from Tokyo to Manhattan. Modern captains are CEOs managing million-dollar operations. Sophisticated software tracks quotas, costs, weather, and crab migrations to maximize profit while staying legal.
The balance is $2.4 million. How is that sustainable?
It's a standard variable rate. The schedule shows you can manage it.
But one bad season and I'm done. This is impossible. A formula heavily mortgaged.
These x-rays show my fractured arm, frostbite damage, and back injuries. It's career-ending.
We are seeking a $500,000 estimate. Injury rates are already 40 the national average.
Processing facilities like Trident Seafoods invested over $60 million in Dutch harbor infrastructure, employing 800 workers who process 50 million pounds of crab annually. But financial security is elusive. 70% of fishermen have no retirement savings. The boom-bust cycle, combined with high injury rates, leaves many broke despite earning millions over their careers.
Your Honor, the defendant was caught with these undersized crabs.
Agent Ramirez, the catch clearly violated size limits.
There's fishing over quotas.
Aging under superior evidence.
The markup is staggering. Crab purchased at the dock for $6.50 per pound retails for up to $90 per pound in restaurants, a 1,300% markup that fuels the entire industry.
This is the most dangerous job in America, where the ocean kills without warning, where the fatality rate is 8 times the well.
The numbers are staggering. 132 fishermen die per 100,000 workers annually in Alaska. You're more likely to die crab fishing than serving in active military combat zones. In the past decade alone, 87 commercial fishermen lost their lives in Alaska waters. Behind each statistic is a father, son, husband, or brother who never came home. When disaster strikes 200 miles offshore in freezing seas, you have minutes to deploy life rafts and activate emergency beacons before hypothermia claims you. Drowning is the leading cause of death, but hypothermia in 38-degree water kills within 30 minutes. Most bodies are never recovered from the Bering Sea's depths. The deck becomes a skating rink of death. One slip, one moment of lost balance, and you're in the water wearing 40 pounds of gear. You sink like a stone.
Frostbite is inevitable. Temperatures of -30 with wind chill, wet gloves freezing solid, continuous exposure for 20-hour shifts. Many fishermen lose fingers, toes, or worse. Rogue waves are the ocean's assassins. 3 times the height of surrounding seas, they appear without warning and have capsized dozens of vessels in these waters.
Since 2000, 23 commercial fishing vessels have sunk in Alaska waters. Most went down so fast that crews had no time to send distress calls or deploy survival equipment.
Coast Guard rescue swimmers are the last hope. They jump into the same deadly conditions that are killing fishermen, risking their own lives in seas that would terrify Navy SEALs.
Chop faster! Starboard rail now!
Ice accumulation above deck raises the center of gravity catastrophically. Pools are coating ice and
Stay stop now!
The moment a vessel begins to capsize, you have seconds to jump clear. If you're trapped inside or caught under falling equipment, you're going to the bottom in a steel coffin.
Titanic! Hold on! My leg! It's pulling me in! Panic! Hold free!
An 800-pound steel pot swinging in 40-knot winds becomes a deadly weapon. Fishermen have been crushed to death, skulls fractured, spines broken by runaway pots.
John Reynolds, lost in 08. Every time finna, same files some died numbers, survived 17 scrappers. Trying to quick.
Survival suits are your only hope in the water, but they're not foolproof. A small tear, a broken zipper, a manufacturing defect, any failure means you're dead within minutes in 38-degree water.
Every veteran fisherman carries the scars. 92% report chronic pain, 70% have permanent injuries. The question isn't if you'll get hurt, but how badly and how often.
Hull breaches can happen instantly. Collision with ice, structural failure, or equipment punching through the hull. Once seawater enters the engine room, you have minutes before the vessel goes down. Hydraulic systems operate at 3,000 psi. A
blown line can inject fluid on grassy calves, hostile at sea. Injection injuries lead to amputation or death for CRABS.
Fire! Ready, fast! I'm on it! Prep yard! You hop into this!
Fire at sea is every captain's nightmare. With fuel tanks holding, losing propulsion in a storm is a death sentence. Without power, you're at the mercy of the sea. The vessel turns broadside to waves, each roll bringing you closer to the point.
Start now! So cold, can't think. Hold on, we're getting these off.
Head towards South Closet, please. Bike in wet clothes and lost quantity in under an hour. Lightning strikes can destroy all electronics instantly. Without GPS, radar, or radio communication, you're navigating by instinct through one of the most dangerous waters on Earth, completely cut off from rescue services. Rope entanglement is instant death. A loop catches your boot, and 800 pounds of falling pot drags you overboard in half a second. By the time anyone reacts, you're 100 feet underwater, still attached to the pot. Blunt force trauma from swinging pots has killed dozens of fishermen. When your ribs push your blast 200 miles from a hospital, you drown in your own blood. This is what drowning looks like. The weight of your gear pulls you down into absolute darkness. You hold your breath as long as possible, maybe 90 seconds, then your body forces you to inhale seawater. Death comes in 3 to 5 minutes.
The FV Destination sank in 2017, taking 6 souls with her. Coast Guard footage shows the entire crew made it into survival suits, but the 38-degree water killed them all within 20 minutes. All 6 bodies were recovered floating lifeless.
I feel dizzy, sick.
The exhaust! Ashley, CO! Get him to fresh air! I'll start CPR. Come on, breathe. Keep the rhythm going. Sinking in. Now, starting CPR. Mayday, medevac, severe storm. Hey, the other is a no-go. Stand by.
No use. He's gone.
For every death, there are 100 near misses. Veterans say you survive on luck as much as skill. Every fisherman has stories of the time they almost died, the close calls that haunt their dreams.
Son, this is the policy. Premium's $2,800 a month for $500,000. If I don't come back, this is all I leave you. Insurance company, prospects know the statistics.
A simple cut becomes life-threatening. Seawater contains flesh-eating bacteria that cause necrotizing fasciitis. Without immediate IV antibiotics, impossible to administer at sea.
Vessels carry memorial stones for fallen crew. Each stone represents a life lost in these waters. Brother, some both plays their domes.
When your vessel sinks, you lose everything instantly. Your livelihood, your possessions, nearly your life. Survivors drift in life rafts, praying the rescue helicopter arrives before hypothermia kills them. Body recovery is traumatic for everyone involved. Coast Guard swimmers see the faces of the dead fishermen in their nightmares. Families often request closed casket funerals.
When 8 pots and rough sissies, they create card profits pros decade.
Man overboard searches rarely end in rescue, they end in body recovery or no recovery at all. Once you're in the water for more than an hour, these centers are for closure, not hope.
This is the boat graveyard in Dutch Harbor, the final resting place of vessels that didn't make it. Each wreck tells a story of disaster, death, and families torn apart by the sea's violence.
Fishing communities know grief intimately. They bury too many sons, husbands, and fathers. These funerals happen multiple times per season, a community in constant mourning.
The lucky survivors carry their injuries forever. Many say the dead are the fortunate ones who don't suffer. 542 lives lost in 34 years. That's 16 deaths per year, 1 every 3 weeks. Behind each number is a family destroyed, children growing up without fathers.
Dozens of vessels rest on the Bering Sea floor, permanent graves for crews who never escaped. The ocean keeps its dead, cold, dark, and undisturbed in the depths. Families never recover from the loss. Widows raise children alone, struggling financially and emotionally, who grow up fearing the ocean that took their fathers.
This will be you if you're not careful.
Safety training includes watching real footage of fishermen die. It's brutal, traumatic, but necessary. If fear doesn't keep you alert, you'll become the next training video for future crews.
Hey kids, it's Dad. I love you so much. Just in case I don't come back, remember that.
Many fishermen report goodbye messages before each season, updating life insurance beneficiaries preparing for the work.
This is the true cost of king crab fishing, not measured in dollars, but in lives destroyed, families shattered, and communities in perpetual mourning.
The warning is clear, yet men still go. Some for the money, others for tradition, many because they know nothing else. They board these vessels knowing full well they're risking everything. The Bering Sea has no mercy. It takes the brave and the careless alike. Every season adds more names to this memorial, more families to the community of grief. Welcome to the Bering Sea off the coast of Alaska, where extreme waves meet giant crabs in one of the most epic fishing adventures on planet Earth. Out here, waves can tower over 50 feet high, walls of water taller than a 4-story building, moving with the power of freight trains.
Riding these monster waves is like being on the world's most extreme roller coaster, except this one can kill you.
600 feet below the surface, an army of giant king crabs patrols the ocean floor, some weighing over 20 pounds with leg spans reaching 6 incredible feet.
This is a true giant of the deep, a monster crab that's been alive for over 20 years, surviving everything the brutal Bering Sea could throw at it. The adventure begins at dawn as the Pacific Challenger sets course for the richest crab grounds 200 miles offshore into the heart of the storm. Preparation is everything! This crew is loading 250 massive crab pots, 10,000 pounds of bait, and enough fuel and food for 3 weeks at sea. Each of these crab pots is a precision-engineered trap weighing 800 pounds, designed to lure in hundreds of giant crabs while letting the small ones escape. The secret weapon, fresh herring and cod bait that creates an irresistible scent trail, drawing crabs from over a mile away across the ocean floor.
Stuff it tight, the oil's the key. Got it. Next bag.
The first pot plunges into the depths, beginning its 600-foot descent to the crab highway below. Down, down, down it goes, sinking through 600 feet of ocean to the mysterious world where giant crabs reign supreme. Over the next 16 hours, this tireless crew deploys 250 pots across 40 square miles of prime crab territory. It's a massive underwater treasure hunt. Each colorful buoy marks a potential gold mine. Now comes the hardest part, waiting 48 hours for the crabs to find the bait. But wait, the weather is changing fast. A massive storm system is racing toward them, with 50-knot winds and seas building to 30 feet.
Captain Mike has a crucial decision to make. Run for shelter and lose 3 days of fishing, or stay and battle the storm for the chance at an epic haul.
The decision is made. They're staying to fight. Hold on tight as we ride out one of the most intense storms of the season. Boom! A monster wave buries the bow under tons of seawater. This is the extreme power of the Bering Sea in full fury. This is what it's really like on deck during a Bering Sea storm. Total chaos, extreme danger, and adrenaline pumping through every vein.
As temperatures drop below zero, ice becomes a serious threat, coating everything in sight and adding tons of dangerous weight above deck.
It's an all-out war against the ice. Every crew member fights to break off the frozen coating before it sinks the boat. After 14 brutal hours, the storm finally passes. Now it's time to see if the extreme conditions drove the crabs into their pots.
There's the first buoy! After 48 hours of soaking through that massive storm, this pot could be absolutely loaded with giant crabs.
The tension is building as the hydraulic hauler begins its pull from 600 feet down. Will it be full or empty? Let's find out.
Jackpot! Look at that pot. It's absolutely stuffed with giant king crabs. This is what they came for.
This single pot holds over 400 pounds of premium king crab worth $12,000 at the dock, and they have 249 more pots to check.
The sorting frenzy begins. Every crab must be measured and only legal-sized males can be kept. Conservation is critical. These experienced hands can measure and sort 200 crabs in under 10 minutes. It's like watching a master craftsman at work.
Undersized crabs and all females go back to ensure the population stays strong for future generations. Sustainable fishing is the only way forward.
The keepers slide into climate-controlled live tanks, where they'll stay fresh and healthy until the boat returns to port. Pot after pot is coming up absolutely loaded. This crew has hit the mother lode. It's a crab fishing dream come true.
Even in calmer seas, waves keep attacking. But nothing stops this crew from pulling pots. They're on a mission.
These crabs are armed and dangerous. Those claws pack over 200 psi of crushing power, enough to snap bones like twigs. The fishing continues 24/7. Under the midnight lights, this unstoppable crew keeps hauling in the giants.
Even in this harsh environment, moments of incredible beauty remind us why Alaska is called the last frontier.
The live tanks are filling fast with thousands of giant crabs. Each tank represents hundreds of thousands of dollars in premium seafood.
From above, you can see the massive scale of this operation. 250 pots spread across miles of ocean, all being checked and redeployed.
Whoa, this is heavy! What's down there? Oh, something big! Whoa! This pot brought up more than just crab stress on the long lesson of the deep. Speed and efficiency are crucial. Empty pots are rebaited and back in the water within 3 minutes. Time is money out here.
Check out this amazing underwater footage. Within minutes of hitting bottom, crabs start marching toward the bait from all directions.
Timing is everything. Experienced crews learn to work with the waves, not against them, moving in rhythm with the ocean. Fuel for the crew. The galley cook works around the clock feeding these hard-working fishermen who need massive calories to keep going.
They keep getting bigger. This pot delivered some of the largest crabs of the entire season. Absolute monsters. Whoa, look at the size of that one. Incredible luck today. Halfway there.
With 125 pots checked and tanks filling fast, this is shaping up to be one of the best trips of the year.
Best trip for Epic Haul.
Another day of extreme fishing comes to an end, but the work continues. There's no quitting when the crabs are biting. Ever wondered what it's like to BE a crab pot? This incredible POV shows the entire journey from splash to surface.
Another storm is approaching. The crew kicks into high gear to pull the last pots before the weather shuts them down again.
The Bering Sea is as beautiful as it is dangerous. These massive waves are nature's masterpiece in motion.
The final pot of the string, and it's absolutely loaded. What a way to finish an epic fishing adventure.
The tanks are maxed out. Final tally, 87,000 pounds of live king crab. That's over 40 tons of giant crabs. Doc, this is the captain. We're heading in with a full load. Buyers are lining up. The captain Catherine Nace to carve home with a full boat. Buyers are already competing for this premium catch.
Mission accomplished. After 18 days of battling extreme waves and hauling giant crabs, the Pacific Challenger turns for home.
The heroes welcome. Families reunite, and the community celebrates another successful voyage from the dangerous Bering Sea.
The offload begins. 87,000 pounds of premium Alaska king crab worth over $500,000 at the dock.
Payday. Crew shares range from $45,000 to over $80,000 for 3 weeks of extreme work, life-changing money for brutal labor. Within 48 hours, these giant crabs will be served in the finest restaurants from Tokyo to New York.
The ultimate seafood delicacy.
What an incredible journey. Extreme waves, giant crabs, brutal storms, and an epic haul. This is Alaska king crab fishing at its finest.
For these fishermen, the Bering Sea is more than a job. It's a way of life, an addiction to the extreme, a calling they can't resist.
This is Alaska king crab fishing, where extreme waves meet giant crabs, where brave crews battle nature's fury for the ocean's ultimate prize.